Hello, everybody. Some old guy with MS here once again. Um, I thought this video I'd do a little bit different. This video is about investing, but comparing it to gambling. I have a lot of friends that say, when I say, oh, I'm an investor, they will say, oh, investing is just like gambling. So you're a gambler. Well, really, I'm not. So the question is investing like gambling? Well, what I think I'll do is look at each type of gambling that comes to mind and compare it to investing. I personally think it's kind of, sort of, not really gambling. There is an element of chance in investing, and that part is like gambling. There is an element of chance, but there's also much more of elements of knowledge and research. Now, that is not to say knowledge and research cannot help your gambling. It can. And I think there's been some very good examples of that. But generally speaking, the way I see it is most gamblers just gamble. They've got no sort of deep-seated knowledge. They got no system. And it's just purely based on chance. There are some investors like that, but I think almost every investor does a little bit of research and probably has some kind of strategy. So let's look at different types of gambling and compare it to investing. So when I think of gambling, I think of Las Vegas and all of those, one-armed bandit coin-operated machines. So if you're gambling and you're playing the machine, you put money into the machine, you pull the lever, and it's just based on luck whether you win or not. Now, how does that compare to investing? Well, you could close your eyes, throw a dart at a listing, stock market listing, and invest in that company. That's sort of like going into a hotel casino and just randomly picking a machine. But when you're gambling, you put money in that machine, you pull the lever, and you win or lose. Now, with investing, um, say randomly pick a stock, you put money in the stock, and not right away is it a breakout winner, and not right away is it a complete failure. In fact, if you're going to lose money, um, it will probably take some time for it to go down to zero. And if you have any wits about you, and I must admit, I have let stocks go to zero. I've not had wits about me. I've done incredibly stupid things. But if you do have your wits about you, when it gets down to about half of your initial investment, even kind of the dullest among us will think, gee, I better sell and get out of it. Now, some of us might look at that and go, gee, I better buy more. But hopefully, not too many of us. So, with gambling, you win or lose. And if you lose all the money you put in it. With investing, what you lose depends on you and when you want to get out of it. Now, generally speaking, when you're playing slot machines, it's like 5 cents, 25 cents. Not sure if they have 50-cent machines or $1. It's not very much. When you're investing, it's usually more than that. It'll be like, $500. So if it goes down, if your stock goes down 10%, that's $50. So that means if you were gambling, you would have played 50 $1 machines. It's quite a few. It's quite a few plays to lose the same amount of money, and down 10%. Well, that is quite common, even with a stock that is going to go up. So, investing, you could probably lose way more if you're not careful than if you're gambling, playing one-armed bandits. My wife and I, we went to Las Vegas once. Well, once that I remember. And I remember going into the casino, all the bells and lights and flashing of all the machines was, kind of exciting. I put $1 in the machine, pulled the lever, and it went flashing, made some sound. And that was it. I lost my $1. And I remember at the time thinking, God, I'm not doing this again. And, I haven't. That type of gambling is based purely on luck. Now, it's not luck like the flip of a coin. Those machines, I don't know what it is, but you probably win like, 1 out of 1,000 polls. But it's still simply luck. With investing, even if you pick the stock randomly, you can have a bit of a think about it. You can look at the stock, look up what it's done in the past, look up what it does, and kind of think, well, do I really want to be in this, or will the stock go up and make money for me? So you have the opportunity to stay in or get out. So I think it's quite different. Now, let's see. Let's compare investing to, I don't know, betting on the track, horse races. Well, I am pretty sure there are professional gamblers that bet on horse races. They probably study the horse, study the jockey, study the track conditions, where it is, how the horse and the jockey have fared there in the past. Well, that kind of gambler is like a professional or semi-professional investor. The investor doesn't just randomly pick stocks. He picks stocks because it meets certain criteria. Just as a professional gambler won't randomly bet on a horse. The professional gambler at a racetrack, they probably expect to lose so many and to win so many. And hopefully the ones they win and at the odds that they win is more than the ones they lose. And, it's kind of like that with an investor. Not all your choices are going to be hits or, home runs, and some of them are going to fail. But you hope, generally speaking, you're going to win more often than you lose. So it's horse racing, gambling, more like investing. Well, again, kind of, sort of, but not really. The real difference is this. If you're at a racetrack and you tell all your friends this horse is gonna win, bet on this one. Well, if you got a lot of friends or a lot of followers, the more people that bet on that horse, the lower the odds go. which means you make less money. If you're an investor and you tell all your friends, or you've got a lot of followers, buy this stock, it's going to go up. Well, you know what happens? The stock goes up. There's more demand for it. So in that regard, investing and gambling are exact opposite. But the way they are almost exactly the same is you have to do your research. You should look and see what the stock has done, or the horse and jockey, and get a feel for the environment. That is very similar. Now, the other thing is with horse racing, the race takes what? A couple of minutes. With investing, you could be in a stock for a couple of years. The time duration is completely different. So in that regard, the research is the same, but everything else is different. So is investing and gambling the same? Well, no, not really. So let's see what else. What about poker? Poker and investing. Well, when you play poker, you're playing against other people. You got to kind of guess what they got. And I don't know, befuddle them when it comes to them guessing what you got. And you can be very good at it. That's why there's all these poker clubs and poker championships. And quite often, there's the same winners over and over. There is indeed an element of chance, but there's also a great element of skill. Well, what about investing? Yeah, there's definitely an element of chance, and there definitely is an element of skill, but with investing, you can do way more research. With poker, I don't know. I don't know if you can do that much more research. I mean, I guess you could research your opponents, but well, I don't play poker, so I really don't know. But I think it's more of in the spur of the moment. You either are good at it or not. With investing, I think anyone can learn to be better at it. Doesn't mean you're going to be a rip-roaring success. Doesn't mean you're going to be a millionaire. But it does mean if you studied the stocks, you could probably do better over time. Myself, I've been investing over about 30 years. Well, more than that now, probably 35, maybe 40 years. The first 30 years, I really didn't make much. Lately, the last 5 to 10 years, I've actually started to make money. I've been a little bit more careful, a little bit more attentive. And that makes all the difference in the world. So, is investing like gambling? Well, if you're convinced it is, you could approach investing like it's gambling. And yeah, you can make it gambling. But here's another thing. If you gamble with the stock market, well, if you invested in the entire stock market over time, pretty much if you took all the years the stock market has been operating and averaged out the returns and the losses, you would make about 9%. So even if you're gambling with investing in the stock market, you've got a 9% edge built into it. If you're gambling, the house has the edge. With the stock market, you could have the 9% edge, which is actually pretty good. Now, I'm not a advisor. I don't tell people what to do, what stock to buy. All I do is tell people what I am doing. And if you want to follow me, if you want to do what I do, good for you. If you make money, good for you. But if you lose money, that's on you, not me. Same as you make money. It's not on me. Really, it's on you because you chose to do it. Personally, I would recommend not treating investing like gambling, but to read as much as I could on investing and to treat investing like investing. Your job and my job is to, what would you say, mitigate or try and remove the element of chance. And, well, I suppose in some ways that's like a really good gambler. The best gamblers, they've reduced the chance of losing down so low that they're almost guaranteed to win. that's the kind of investor you want to be. But personally, I would leave even thinking about gambling out of the picture. If you invest in stocks, consider yourself an investor, and your goal should be to do as good or better than Warren Buffett. So that means better than 20 to 25% a year income. And believe me, that is hard, but it's an excellent goal. Anyway, that's my comparison of gambling and investing. I'm not really a gambler, but I am definitely an investor. I try not to gamble when I'm investing. It's a bad way to look at things. Unless you're the kind of gambler where you know you're gonna win. It's like they say, a good lawyer only asks questions that they know the answer to, or something like that. Anyway, I think I'll wrap it up here. Next video, I may mention some stocks that I'm investing in. They're not really a gamble, but they're a little riskier than normal. Let's see. Oh yeah, I always forget to say this. Thank you very much for watching and hanging in there to this point. I really appreciate it. Please please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I'm up to 18 subscribers, which is pretty good considering I don't really care. Well, obviously I do care. Otherwise, I wouldn't mention it. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. I think I'll end it here. Stop. No, let's see, what do I say? Haven't done this for a while. A couple of days anyway. Okay, this is the end. End communication. Okay, this is not for you. Start listening. Start listening. Mouse grid. 8, 8, 1. Click. Mouse grid. 8, 3, 3, 9. Click. Bye-bye.